Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Apologies for not uploading for a while, but I've been kinda sick and busy. But at least for this project that I'm uploading now, I'm going to make a frame for an old oil painting that I've been lying around. I'm also going to use some spare wood that's been lying around for this project, so I can actually get rid of all my old stock. To start off, I took this old board and, as always, making it flat, getting it squared and the same size all around before I will continue with making it into different parts for the main frame. Once the board is prepared, as you can see here, I'm rip cutting it through the half to make two pieces for the main frame. For the two main pieces, I usually now start at the back and make a rabbet or a groove on the side. This is where the painting will slot in and be taped to the frame at the end of the day. This is an extra piece I also had lying around. I'm rip cutting it through the half, and the idea here is that my main board is too thin, or the width is not high enough. So to make it thicker, I'm going to glue this part on top of the main board. After ripping the extra pieces, I'm just planing it down so that it will be nice and smooth and an even thickness. Back to the main parts, I'm adding another groove or rabbet to the sides. So this will be a small step down, and then I will create other steps that I can mold at the end of the day. The extra pieces will be glued into the middle, but I'll make a separate rabbet for them later on. As you can see here, I already made a groove in the middle. That is where the extra piece will be glued into place to give it more width. However, before I do that, I first want to finish with the main parts by adding another rabbet on the side that I will do with a molding plane later on. Here I'm using the molding plane just to do some round overs on each of the pieces. With the main part now done, I can finally glue in the extension piece on top of that, as you can see here. After the glue has dried, I'm adding now patterns to the top part of the piece by using my scraper plane, as you can see here. This is done for each individual piece until the pattern shows itself. And here are the four main pieces that the oil painting will have to accommodate. With the main parts done, the next step is now to cut the 45-degree angles on each of the pieces. However, one must measure now for the length because of the rabbet there. I'm using this old Stanley meter saw to help me cut accurately, since I do not want to make a botched job of this at the end of the day. And after cutting everything to the correct size, here's the glue up of the frame. To add some extra strength and rigidity to the frame, after the glue has dried, I'm going to drill a hole on each side on the top and bottom part of the frame and reinforce it with a screw. The reason for putting the screws on the top and bottom part of the frame is that it is very unlikely that someone looking at the painting will even notice it at the end of the day, so it can remain hidden in plain sight. To ease this operation, I've added beeswax to the screw to help lubricate it while I'm screwing it in. The screw will act as a pin, but also as a clamp to the frame at the end of the day, so even if one accidentally drops or knocks the frame, it will stay intact. After a final cleanup between the grooves and the frame itself, I'm adding now my own mixture of Danish oil to the frame. I'm not going to stain the frame as I want to see how it turns out using my Danish oil, and to see if it will be adequate for the painting at the end of the day. After the oil is dried, it's time to add the painting or secure the painting to the frame, as you can see here. The method I like to use is to insert the painting and then use masking tape with some sprayed on glue to keep it intact. To make sure the painting will be very secured for a long time, I'm going to add another or a second layer of masking tape after the glue is dried on this one, also with spray on glue. And once the second layer is dry, it's time to add the flaps that the string will be put on at the back of the painting. And once everything is done, the painting is now ready to be hanged upon the chosen wall. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!